My name is Bernadette and I'm 8 years old.
My name is Aaron and I am 10 years old.
And
This is Sergeant and he's 9 years old.
good morning. I'm Virginia, and this is Sergeant, and Sergeant is a Lehigh Valley therapy dog. We're here for part of the reading for cops and kids. I have two guests with me this morning to read to Sergeant. They are both my grandsons. One is AJ, who is the author of the book that they're going to read, and Brandon helps him read and helps him with all of his imagination. The book that they're reading today is Sophia. It's available on Amazon. AJ is autistic, and if you buy the book on Amazon, all the proceeds go to his college fund. Please listen and enjoy Sophia.
Sophia's story starts in New York, a cool city, and the place where she was born. New York is the home of the Statue of Liberty, which was a gift from France, and she watches over the metropolis, keeping it safe. After bringing Sophia home from the hospital, her mom said, "She's beautiful. We need to take care of her a long time until she grows up." "Yeah, honey," her dad agreed. The baby cooed and giggled as her parents tickled and hugged her. "Let's call her Sophia," said her mom. When Sophia started 6th grade, she had long brown hair and blue eyes. She liked to wear the color pink. She made a lot of friends, 19 to be exact. She liked basketball because she was very tall for her age. Her favorite part of school was recess, but she got to play with all of her friends. Sophia's heart was as big as she was tall, and she always helped other people. One day, while she was in her room, gathering all of her toys from when she was younger to get to Bonnie, a girl who lived across the street, her mom walked in. "Wow, you're growing up so fast," her mom said. Sophia smiled. "Yeah, I know, it's amazing. I'm glad that you're getting so big." Sophia had a happy home, a happy family, and grew up to be a happy person. Because Sophia liked helping others, she got a job delivering mail. One day while driving in her car, on the way to work, she suddenly saw something round and shiny above her car. Sophia thought that might be a spaceship. It kept following her as she drove down the road. When Sophia stopped her car, the spaceship stopped too. While in the car, Sophia felt an uncomfortable tingling. She was surrounded by a red light. She wondered if it could be a laser. She started to get scared and turned her car around to go back home. Sophia was worried and called her mom. "I had a bad feeling about something. I need to tell you what happened. There was something round in the sky and it followed me." "It was probably just a dream," her mom replied. "I promise, it was real." "Well, are you okay?" I think I was hit by a laser." Suddenly, Sophia began to grow and grow. Soon, she was taller than her house. Before she knew it, she was 50 feet tall. Sophia was really scared. She started to head into the city to find she didn't understand what was going on. Because she was so big, she ran into wires, houses, and buildings. She frightened a lot of people. Suddenly, Sophia got tangled in the power lines. She tried to break free, but she ended up destroying the wires and making the city go dark. People were scared of Sophia, but they didn't realize that Sophia was scared too. AJ's turn.
The New York Times breaking news: giant lady attacked New York City, bring out the tanks. Out of nowhere, 3 tanks drove up to Sophia and began to fire. Sophia tried to run and accidentally stepped on a tank. Sophia cried out, "I'm sorry." The tanks couldn't stop her, so she ran away. Could anyone help her? Sophia felt alone. Sophia remembered that her friend Dr. Reed worked in a lab doing experiments on making things really big and really small. Sophia went to wait for Dr. Reed in the parking lot outside of his lab, wishing she could hide from anyone upstairs. When Dr. Reed saw her, he gasped, "Oh no, what happened? I think I was hit by a laser. Can you help me?" "I'm really hungry too," Sophia answered. "I can make you something to eat. We have a new generator that makes food big. I can make you a pepperoni pizza and an apple too." Sophia ate the delicious food from Yuri and felt a bit better. She thanked him, then went back towards the city to try to find somewhere to sleep. People were still afraid of Sophia. There were police helicopters flying over her. She went to the football field to sleep, but the helicopters followed her there. Sophia kept running until she ended up at the Brooklyn Bridge, where she could fall asleep and see the Statue of Liberty. The next morning, Sophia woke up and realized she had fallen into the Hudson River. She used the glass to dry off and a tree to itch her back. It was hard trying to adjust her new size. Weeks passed and Sophia began to miss her family. She hasn't seen her mom in a long time. One day Sophia heard someone shout, "Help, help!" She saw a man standing by the water's edge, and he was in danger from a bad guy. "Leave him alone," Sophia yelled. The bad guy shook his head and yelled back, "No!" Sophia reached down, picked up the bad guy, and threw him into the water. The good guy looked at Sophia gratefully and said, "Thank you for saving me from the bad guy." Even though Sophia had saved the man's life, she looked around the city and saw that so much buildings were destroyed. Sophia started to cry. "What have I done?" She asked the man she saved comforted her, saying, "You're not a bad monster, you're a hero." The next day, Sophia helped the construction workers rebuild the city. People began to trust her for the next 3 years. Sophia lived in the city she's built under the Brooklyn Bridge and helped people when they needed it. After years of experimenting, Dr. Reed finally found a cure to shrink Sophia back to her normal size. Sophia was so happy to go home and live with her parents. Even though she liked the Brooklyn Bridge, there was no place like home. Even though she was small again, her heart was still big, and she never stopped helping people. She was a true hero and always will be. That ends.
About the author. Aaron Damaris Jr., AJ, is an imaginative, friendly 9-year-old boy who loves to create stories. AJ was born in Connecticut and now lives in Pennsylvania with his family. One of AJ's biggest fans is his younger brother, Brandon, who helps to act out AJ's stories. AJ loves going to the movie theater, or as he calls it, the big movies. And after a recent trip to New York City, really loves the Statue of Liberty. In addition to movies, AJ loves music, weekly family pizza nights, and playing with his brother. AJ also likes building, drawing, and creating. He has even sculpted a small Statue of Liberty. One of the inspiring things about Sophia is that it allows AJ to present how he sees himself to readers. He wants others to know not to judge him and that he wants to be an everyday hero by helping others. AJ is autistic and realizes more and more that he's different but wants others to give him a chance to be their friend.
Hello guys, I want to tell you about my really cute donkey named Sergeant. Sergeant is a therapy dog because when he was born, the doctor said he needed to be a therapy dog. He was not scared at all when he got out. So, when he was a baby, he was taken care of my grandma right here. Well, he's a really good dog, and when he sees someone, he really wants them to pet him. He's a really good dog, really good dog.
Hold out your hand.
So look, this is what he does to show that he wants to pet me. Look, see, he wants me to pet him. And look, when I pet him, he stops doing that because he loves me.
Okay, a therapy dog goes and visits people to cheer them up. Sergeant visits schools, libraries, nursing homes when they're open. And he has really been grounded. This is the first that he's been anywhere since last March. So it's almost a year, and he misses it. He really misses going to the different places. But like Brandon says, he's very friendly and very good with kids, and the kids love him. We go to Head Start programs where the kids are 3.5 to 5 years old, and they absolutely love him. They start sitting on their little circles out front, and they're supposed to come one at a time and say hi to Sergeant, and they end up all being around Sergeant. But he's so cool, calm, and collected that he ends up laying down on the floor and they all pet him. So he is very friendly. He's a very good therapy dog with the Lehigh Valley Therapy Dogs, and we miss our visits. So Sergeant will be out and moving around once COVID's gone. Sergeant is 9, and he's been a therapy dog since the day after he turned 1. They have to be 1 year old. And the doctor saw it really early, and the lady that was doing obedience training with me said he needed to be a therapy dog because he was so loving and so friendly. So he had an article written for the Lehigh Valley magazine on therapy dogs, and he was featured in the book pictures were taken in the library, and he was featured as far as their article. So that was a good story on how a therapy dog can be good for the dog and for the people that he goes visits. We have a lady that we go and visit in Moravian Village townhomes, and she looks forward to him coming, and she's only 97 years old, but she loves it because Sergeant comes and sits in a chair right alongside her, and she pets him for like a half hour, and she loves Sergeant's visits, but we haven't been able to go visit her yet either. I did go over and I handed her through the doorway some pictures of him so that she has pictures, but we can't go visit anybody at this point.
Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you like this book right here. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it. It's so cool. You can buy your own. You can see this video again and read it